Have you ever wanted to get into musicals, but you just never knew what to listen to? Well, I have the solution for you. Because today I will be telling you musicals that I suggest. And musicals I just think that are really good ones that are easy. What do you mean by easy? And like that are just good to get into, you know, like if it's your first time listening to a musical, you want to listen to a good one, gotcha here. So yeah, today I will be telling you all a bunch of musicals that I think are good, that I think you all should like. And I've written down a bunch, like seriously a bunch. I have a bunch on both sides. So we have ones for your kiddos, you know, if you're like a little tiny person. Well, actually, you don't have to be tiny. You actually don't have to be young. And these are just good ones, you know, to get into. Pre-teens, you know, feeling a little rebellious. Then we have teens, you know, the stuff that I've been listening to since I was like a kid. And then we have some more teen ones and my favorites. So musicals that I just love. So let's get into it. Kids, we've got, just to start us off, we have our first Broadway musical that I ever saw, which was Wicked. And if you want to know more about these musicals, you can just go to Google, type it in, and you can find more about them there. Or you can go to YouTube or on Spotify, you know, whichever one's the cup of your tea. What? Your cup of tea. Bingo. And you can just listen to the soundtracks on there. Then next we have Matilda, second Broadway musical I ever saw. We have Anastasia, Mary Poppins, Finding Neverland, and Annie. Because, you know, Annie's a classic, I guess. Preteens. So, by the way, these are just musicals that I suggest. These aren't just like ones that like, oh, you can only listen to these ones. Just like, you don't even have to listen to them if you want. You just get an idea in your head. Okay, preteens. We have Once on This Island, which is a really good one. It's been off Broadway and on Broadway. And if you do theater, your theater company might do it. So, Into the Woods, classic, love it. The Addams Family, it's just a really good, fun, upbeat musical that I can laugh to. And I've been in it. It was very stressful because it was with a bunch of kids, so it was very stressful, but it was still fun. Newsies, one of my favorites. It's a really good dance show, and it's one that I'm actually in right now. So, Seussical. That one's also good for your younger age kids. It's about like Dr. Seuss books. Shrek the Musical. People are like, Shrek. Yes. It's a great musical. You can watch it on Netflix. Just type in Shrek the Musical. And one that wasn't on Broadway for very long, but it's definitely an amazing musical, and I love it, which is Tuck Everlasting. It's based on a book, and you can read the book before you listen to the musical, or you can watch the movie before you listen to the musical. Do which one you want. Teens. So, by the way, this was like stuff that I started listening to when I was like a kiddo, or when like they came out. We have my favorite musical, Waitress. We've got Hamilton, which you can learn about history. We have Be More Chill. We have Carrie the Musical, also one of my favorites, like all-time favorites. It's an off-Broadway musical, though, and you can no longer see it. You can just listen to the bootleg. Listen to the bootleg. Kyla, what are you saying? You can watch the bootleg and listen to the soundtrack. So, All Shook Up. It's a very underrated musical, but it's honestly incredible, and I love it so much. Hadestown. It's going to be coming to Broadway soon. It's currently in London, but you can listen to the soundtrack on Spotify, and it's really good. So, Come From Away. I feel like nowadays a lot of people know what Come From Away is. I've only listened to it a couple times, but whenever I did listen to it, it was really good. So, suggest that. A Bronx Tale. My heart. literally the best musical I've ever seen. It was so good. And it's not on Broadway anymore. It's on tour. So if it comes to you, go watch it. And literally, it's amazing. I love it. I've said literally so many times in this video. It's interesting. Falsettos. So this one and the next one, basically, they're more like adulty teen shows, but they're really good still. And they're both really small cast, but they're both incredible. Fun Home. Fun Home is a really interesting storyline. I thought it was really interesting, and the first time I ever listened to it was I was sitting down, we were at the airport in Copenhagen, and I was like listening to it, and the first song came on. I was like, that's an interesting way to start a show, and it's a really interesting storyline, so that's cool. Heathers. You know, your 80s classic. Heathers, Winona Ryder. Love her. I want to be Veronica or Heather Chandler. I have a Heather Chandler scrunchie, and only people that listen to the musical will get that, so. Mean Girls. This is currently probably my favorite musical, and that might just because it's my favorite movie. Don't know. Legally Blonde. I did the show over the summer, and so now it's like really aggravating to me, but it's a really good soundtrack. Listen to it. For next, this one is more of an adulty one too. We have Next to Normal. Really interesting storyline too, and incredible music. It's amazing. Something Rotten. Gonna go see it in January while it's on tour. Dun, 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 dun. Super excited. And two classics. We have Les Mis and Phantom of the Opera. I saw Phantom of the Opera on my birthday, and I didn't want to see it. But now it's got a really big place in my heart, so suggest it. Musicals I love and my favorites. We've got Carrie the Musical, A Bronx Tale, Mean Girls, Hamilton, Heathers, Newsies, Next to Normal, and my favorite, Waitress. So those last few ones are just musicals I suggest you to listen to, and they're basically musicals I listen to on a daily basis because, you know, they're my favorite. So yeah. So that's gonna be it, guys. I know it was a really short video, but I wanted to post something, and I thought that it would be a good idea to post like musicals because, you know, I'm a big musical person, and so I thought it would be a good idea to post like musicals you should listen to, because I know I have a couple of friends that want to get into musicals, they just don't know what to listen to, and so I'm looking at you, Anna. You. And so yeah, but that's it for this video. I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.